Welcome to Africa at the United Nations.
Honorable heads of state and government, distinguished participants, good morning. In the final analysis, the costly wars of intervention, especially in Africa and the Middle East, in the past 30 years, heavy-handed meddling in domestic affairs, imposition of illicit and unilateral sanctions, distortion and weaponization of human rights, in brief, all the episodes of international and regional instability emanate from and are direct derivatives of the faulty global governance architecture. The negative ramifications of this dysfunctional system are not confined to the sovereign nations and peoples of the global south. For extreme and ludicrous inequalities where less than 1% of the population own 99% of national wealth, unbridled consumerism, which has bred and continues to aggravate climate change, atomization of societies that have literally decimated social compassion and community care by fostering exclusive and unnatural individualism are dangerous trends that will ultimately undermine the social fabric and stability in individual countries and our global village at large. Distinguished participants, my rather extensive perspectives on the flaws of the global governance structure do not stem solely from general and abstract desire of my government to seek timely and urgent remedies as underlined in the theme of this General Assembly. Eritrea has indeed borne the brunt of this unfair international order through illicit sanctions, the use of surrogate forces to create a situation of permanent conflict and instability, as well as the weaponization of human rights to isolate and ostracize the young nation. Excellencies, as we all agree, the gravity of the interlocking problems that our global village has to grapple with is so immense, warranting urgent and comprehensive remedial action. We are really living on borrowed time. The prevailing global governance architecture has lost legitimacy and corroded vital global equilibrium that is crucial for continuity and sustainability. In the event, it behoves us to rise up to the occasion to summon the requisite political goodwill in order to roll back and rectify the dangerous trend. We must recognize the resources, the technological know-how at the disposal of humanity are more than what is required if we set our minds for an inclusive and compassionate world order. In this respect, and in our modest view, one, our global village and the United Nations system must devise a new international order that is anchored on consensus with the full and equal participation of its constituencies. Two, the sacrosanct principles of the equality of all member states and the respect of the sovereignty and political independence of nations and peoples must be upheld. Three, equitable representation of all member states in all decision-making international bodies must be guaranteed through viable and sustainable modalities and mechanisms. 4, selective and partial parameters that impede collective well-being and the fostering of a compassionate social system will require thorough review. I thank you.
I thank the Minister for Foreign Affairs of Eritrea.
Did you like or hate what you heard? Let us know in the comments below, and if you want more candid speeches like this, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to catch all our latest videos. And please feel free to leave your suggestions, news tips, or topics about Africa you'd like us to cover.